Welcome back. It's Monday evening as we're filming this. You'll see it sometime in the future. But this is a different reality of our life. I work a day job. I teach at a local private school in town. And so I'm in my teaching clothes and my rubber boots, and we wanted to show you a little bit of our chicken coop. And we also have a fun little surprise with our chickens, thanks to my wonderful sister and niece. And so that's what we have for you today. So join us as we give you a tour of our little chicken coop. So this chicken coop we built actually before we built our house. We had to have a way to get our chickens here and have them live here before we could even break ground on our house. So my dad helped us with this. We converted a shed, and it has some pretty ingenious little details. So you can hear the girls, they're ready to talk. We haven't let them out today because it's been stormy. So we use a deep litter method in our coop. It gets really cold here in the winter, and since we don't have power run to the chicken coop, one of the best things we can do is allow their manure to collect through the winter. And I'm going to clean it out a little side, and they climb in and lay eggs, and they tend to scoop everything out of their boxes and lay eggs in empty boxes. It's just what they like. We actually find that our chickens don't prefer a clean box. They prefer the dirtiest box that there is. So this time of year, that suits them well. So here's a couple eggs we have for today. We'll take those in and wash them later. The other piece of the coop is over here on this side. And this is our feeding and watering system. We have a couple of little watering nozzles here that the chickens can come up and nudge to get water. Then also we have a trough here with food. Both of these are fed from another portion of the coop, and we'll show you where those come from. The water pipe feeds all the way up and out to the top, and we fill it from the outside of the coop. And the food pipe feeds into our storage side of the coop, and we're able to put an entire bag of feed in, and so they're able to eat over the course of time. All right, ladies, should we come out? So while we do want to leave the majority of the litter in, we do try to keep it cleaned up a little so it doesn't affect the opening and closing of the doors. We keep our compost bin right next to us, and then we're able to just kind of scoop a little bit of the manure into the compost bin, and really chicken manure is some of our favorite garden compost. So I did want to give you the little bit of the back end tour of the coop. This is kind of the messy storage area, but it's really critical to how the coop works. So this pipe that runs in the coop is actually the one that runs for the water we dump in, and we'll show you that in a minute. It runs down this pipe down into the water you saw before. And then right over here we have a little hopper, and this hopper, the hopper is where we pour our feed, and the feed goes in the hopper and then down the tube, down into the little feeding trough inside the coop. My sister and my niece saw that chickens have hats and scarves, and so they decided they needed spring crowns to try to ring in the spring. So they made these lovely crowns. We'll see how much the chickens like it. I also made some oatmeal for the chickens. We'll see what they think about it. Come here, wear your hat. You gotta wear it. So the chicken crown, flower crown thing didn't work out exactly as planned, but we got a little flower necklace out of the deal, so thank you, sister and niece, for doing that for us. We'll try again come real spring and see if we can get them to play a little nicer. So this is kind of the end of our little evening chicken tour on this muddy, thawing, snowing, crazy pre-spring day. I want to show you one other thing before we close today, and that is where we pour the water in for the coop. So this little pipe right here is the one where we open this cap at the top and we can pour in a full 5-gallon bucket of water into the coop, and so that lasts us a good while through the summer, at least a couple of days, and the chickens really enjoy that. So that's it. It's pretty simple, but it's really functional and it works well with our busy lives. And so I hope you enjoyed this, maybe got some ideas for your own chicken coops in an off-grid setting. Notice that we just don't use any artificial light or heat, and the chickens really do well. Other than being a little muddy and kind of tired of winter like we are, they're doing well. And they're having as good of a time as they can in their little coop. So like and subscribe. Join us next week. We have more adventures on the way, and we look forward to visiting with you more.